live stream or from my YouTube channel. I'm also recording it on my YouTube. So if you're interested to watch past lectures, and we'll also put the ingredients list on the description. So my name is Eve Seiler, and I'm a former clinical researcher at the TrueNorth Health Foundation, and I'm a PhD in bioorganic chemistry, and now I'm doing lifestyle coaching and the raw vegan lifestyle. I'm raw vegan since 8 years, and yeah, I really love it. It's not a lot of work, it's not a lot of discipline, it just makes a lot of sense to me. Why wouldn't I want to feel my best self, you know? It's just more fun. Especially as you get older, it's not gonna get easier. Right? So, and all these foods that we ate, the processed foods, it's accumulative. So it might not harm you when you're in your 20s, but it will accumulate in your body, and even more, and then more and more, and then when you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, then you actually feel the effect that you from the foods that you were eating 20, 30 years ago. So, and this food is just very cleansing for your stomach. If you have a flat stomach, that's a good sign that your stomach is healthy. I mean, of course you can have a flat stomach and not be healthy, but it's one sign. Good morning, Corinne. So, yeah, I'm presenting you the raw vegan lifestyle, and especially SOS-free, so no salt, oil, or sugar, because that's really not needed. If we do not process the foods that are naturally grown, then we don't even need any salt, oil, or sugar. It's like, this is naturally sweet, this is naturally salty, especially lemon juice. You put lemon juice on anything, and since you don't cook it, you will not extract any minerals or flavors, you know, it will all stay naturally in the food. So I have, honestly, I mean, it's a little bit controversial, but I have nothing against salt, but my food doesn't need salt. So that's why that's the main reason I don't eat salt, because I don't eat salt. So today I am preparing cauliflower rice and exotically flavored. And we also make a plantain yogurt with assorted fruits. So, and also have whole foods. I want to show you that whole fruits are not difficult to cut. And yeah, definitely always buy the whole food, because you can ripen them, and they're fresh. And yeah, they're cheaper, of course, as if you would buy a pineapple cut already, and it's just sitting in the shelf there for a while. So it's always best to buy them fresh. And yeah, plantain is a type of a banana, or banana is a type of plantain. I'm not sure. So, and you can eat it raw, but it needs to be ripe. So if you have a plantain and it's green, and you try to eat it raw, it will be very starchy. So it's like a potato. You have to bake it to break down the starch and make it edible or tasty, or even sweet. The starch will turn into sugar. But if it's ripening, it's just like a normal fruit, like a banana too. So it ripens, and then it's sweet and it's edible. Like a green banana is also very starchy. So yeah, so we're going to make a yogurt with this. I'm not fermenting it, I'm just using, for the acidity, I use lemon. Lemon I use a lot because, yeah, it just gives the flavor. If you don't use any salt, lemon that gives you the salt. And for dressings, it's so important to have lemon. Because we were used to eating a dairy-based dressing, which already has the acidity in it. Dairy always has some kind of acidity, and nuts and seeds don't have that. And that's why I always put lemon in the dressing. So if I make a nut-based dressing, usually always I put lemon in there. And then I have cauliflower. Cauliflower is really great on this diet, I think, because it's so healthy, and it has actually a good protein in there. So it has protein. I mean, all the foods have protein, just not like a steak. You know, a steak is very concentrated protein. This has also the same kind of protein, or amino acids, but it has more water. This food has 80% of water. But a mussel is 80% of water, or 70% of water, and then 20% protein and 10%, up to 10% fat, maybe too. So we don't only need protein. It's like this time and age is everyone is so obsessed about protein, but well, kidney disease is one of the chronic diseases, the most common chronic diseases, and that is because you're overloading your body on with protein, and it strains the kidneys. Most people don't know the protein that you eat, it will be transformed into calories for your body because you don't need that much protein to build your structure. And you also don't lose protein every single day. The body recycles it. So the more protein you eat, the more protein you lose through the kidneys, and the more you transform protein actually into fat or calories. And it's not really a good fuel because it burns dirty. Protein has the amino acids, have the amino group, and it turns into ammonia, urea. So that's not wanted if you burn it. Then you have the bad side products. The best fuel is carbohydrates because your body needs glucose. Your brain cells need glucose. Your muscles need readily available glucose. That's what the body mainly runs on. You can get it from fruits in form of fructose and glucose, like directly simple carbohydrates, or more complex from potatoes, rice. But it's kind of the same thing, so it's high carbohydrate diet. I don't know, I talk a lot. I want you to ask questions all the time if you want to. I just prepare the food. I just recently said that I want to talk a lot because if I just make the food, I'll be done in 10 minutes. Because that food is so simple to make. And I also don't have to prepare it even. I mean, if someone calls me right now and wants to go on a trip to the beach or somewhere, I'll just pack this all in a bag and then I go. Because this is already prepared. It's edible already. I don't have to cook it. It sounds boring, right? But it's not. It's really not. It's just that you're conditioned to have a prepared food. It's really not boring, but you have to just try it out one time. So let's start with, my tools are a high-speed blender and a food processor. Those are really my favorite tools on a raw diet. Of course, I don't need any tools because everything is edible. I don't eat anything that wouldn't be edible in its natural state. So I wouldn't eat rice and make a powder of it. Or, it's not edible. Or I have to sprout the rice, and there's really not all rice is sproutable. There's bloomed rice is not raw. But that's a different story. So I wouldn't eat anything that's not edible in its natural state, and use my tools to make it edible. So I only use them to have more fun, to mix things up, and so my favorites are the high-speed blender and the food processor, or you could also have a food chopper. It's also called a food chopper. It's very cheap. So definitely those are my favorite tools. And so for the cauliflower rice, I don't really need a lot. Just using this food processor. I have to leave it on the base because the knife gets tilted and then it doesn't work. I always have problems with this food processor. Okay, so we just put our cauliflower in here and we use the food processor to make a rice. And I really love this kind of rice. I always loved white rice.
So you never eat hot food?
No, since 8 years, I'm 100% raw. I did try sometimes cooked food, but I didn't like it anymore. So I didn't like how I feel. I became raw because of health issues, because I wasn't feeling optimal anymore. I had migraines, and I was also very lean, very skinny, more. And this actually helped me to have a more balanced weight and no migraines anymore. Perfect energy. It's anti-aging, so yeah, I don't see a reason to eat cooked food anymore. And it's very delicious. That's the other part. And there's no limit. You can eat as much as you want. There's no counting macros. There's no counting calories. It's just very intuitive, natural eating. Okay, let's try this cauliflower rice here. Of course, I have problems with this. That's weird. It should work. Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna try it because
This is so odd.
so that has to go over first.
Usually it was working like that. Is it not plugged in right? Oh, it's sometimes the knife is also tilted.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I thought today I made everything right.
I think it's on right. Just when you go back to the kitchen and you have the blade all the way.
Maybe it's stuck. Maybe it's stuck. Maybe it's too many cauliflower. Let me try. Let me try it one more time, and then I'll need help from the kitchen.
On the kind of food processor I have to put it in before I put the blade in. I have to connect that lower piece and things like that.
Maybe something got stuck here and it doesn't have the. I'm so careful today that I did everything right. So let's start with a little bit less.
It has to snap.
But I have to do it like that.
The bottom part has to snap into place. It's not
Yeah, you
in
have
here.
to-
I think.
did you-
There, now you're good. Now that also has to snap.
I did everything right, it doesn't work. Okay, I need the kitchen. Let me see. It is plugged in. I thought I did everything right.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I did everything right. I was like so careful today. What's this way? Okay, just hold it. I will just hold it.
It's not pushing it enough.
It's not pushing enough. Okay, thank you. But I will just hold it.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Well, there's always something with this. I don't know. It's a very complicated food processor, I would say. So if you can make rice with this, you can make rice with any other food processor. Okay.
You have to remove you have to click off the.
Oh, that's gross. Okay. I have a food chopper at home, and it's very easy. Yeah, so but that's the cauliflower rice. It's very easy to make, and it looks like rice, right? But it does smell a little bit like cabbage, I have to admit. But you can get rid of the cabbage smell by adding lemon juice. And then it's almost like rice. And it tastes even better than rice. Oh. Alright. I'll wash it later and use it later. Okay. All right. This is nice textured cauliflower rice. Which with the cabbage smell, but I'll deal with that in a second. So we just add some lemon juice for this.
Are there any other vegetables that you process up for rice?
Yeah, broccoli
Yeah.
and carrots, celery root, which makes like a couscous kind of thing. Then I put turmeric and it's more yellow, so it looks exactly like couscous. The celery root. So, and what else? The Jerusalem artichoke, which makes a very soft rice. Or maybe sometimes I mix cauliflower with Jerusalem artichoke and it looks like a brown rice. Yeah, you can pretty much chop anything. And I use the food chopper also for making like sauces, like not that, like chunky sauces, like tomato chunky sauce in a food processor. A little bit more. Yes. So, and then it doesn't smell like cabbage no more. Does it?
It smells like lemon.
We're in the smelling room. I can.
Yeah. So, but that's the rice. It looks like really nice, and it's very satisfying to eat it like that. It's just like rice. I think it's even better than rice. And then you can add some herbs to it. Make it a little bit more exotic, like cilantro, or have here an herb. It's called epazote. You know that herb?
What is it called?
Epazote. You can also take a leaf and give it a run if you want, and then just smell it. Yeah, it's very exotic. It kind of tastes like gasoline.
That's a selling point.
Double down.
I think this one is also called a gasoline plant in some cultures. It does, huh, Lily?
And you eat the epazote?
I eat them, yeah.
Oh, you do.
Oh, the epazote, yeah. That's why I have it here. I mean, it'll be interesting and exotic, you know, for an exotic taste, you just use any kind of herbs that you don't know. Well, maybe not that much. And then I have ginger too. You can peel the ginger also with a spoon. I've heard. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes I just use the peel. If I blend it, if it's an organic ginger, I just blend it in. But with a spoon, you can actually peel ginger like this. It works pretty good. uses it apparently. in his
Yeah, he
food.
used to it.
No, we can pretend it's decorations.
Did you have this?
That's okay. I put it in my dish. I'm just kidding.
What does it add to the dish, the flavor? Is it certain type or?
Honestly, I've never used it.
Okay.
But it was there in the kitchen, and I thought, that's exotic. I don't think a lot can go wrong with your food preparation. And if it doesn't taste good,
It's not gonna kill you, it's okay.
it's not going to kill you, and at least it tastes healthy. But usually it tastes good, you know.
Like cilantro, some people think it tastes like soap.
I
I
know.
don't have that problem.
That's a DNA
I love
thing.
it. But is that something similar with this guy maybe?
Maybe.
Smells
Maybe.
like old socks.
I mean, I can see where cilantro tastes like soap, but I do like the taste. So
I like it. You know, but
of course you could also chop the ginger. I didn't see it fast enough before I was finished with the rice, but you can just add it to the rice as well, and then you chop it with the cauliflower rice, and then you save some work here. It's a lot of ginger.
So, should we write this
Yeah,
down,
it's
or do
spicy.
you have this recipe available, or should we?
It will be available on my YouTube, and I put the ingredients list in there, but you can write it down, or but I mean it's so simple, and you can kind of create your own recipe as well. Now you definitely know how to make cauliflower rice, and then you can add whatever you like. You can add any other spices too. You can add ginger, garlic, or parsley instead. You just make it your own recipe.
Is that parsley?
That's cilantro and epazote.
Oh.
I like to chop the herbs by hand instead of the food processor because it will get a little bit too mushy unless you like it like that. But it can happen that it's getting too overly processed. And then I have some green onions, which are more milder than the other onions. Yeah, I didn't have that recipe. I was just looking in the kitchen fridge what they have available. This is how I prepare my food or create new recipes. You don't always have to go after a recipe, or just be inspired by the recipe and then do your own, because you have your own taste buds, your own desires, how you want to eat things. And I have also some arugula. Of course, you can always eat more greens. Might be a spicy salad. Can you already see the rice? The cooked rice? I love eating in the past a rice salad. I was cooking white rice and then mix it with greens, like raw greens. I love always eating that. And I like actually rice, but this is like completely a really good alternative, so that I even like more. And then some color. I don't have tomatoes today. Because it's not really the season for tomatoes. So the tomatoes won't really taste that great. mean, it depends. You can get hothouse tomato probably these days.
Do you also juice or you don't juice?
I do like juices. I juice. I make my own juices.
Do you eat smoothies or no smoothies?
Yes.
Yes.
It's not really. I'm not really a big smoothie person, but it depends. Yeah, I like that if I have a really active lifestyle. Smoothies are great because they give you a lot of calories and nutrition very fast and very easy. You can put 5 bananas in a smoothie. And then I have this here too, which makes it a little bit more exotic.
Gooseberry?
Gooseberries.
Those are really tart.
I'm sorry, what are those?
Gooseberries.
Really tart. I feel like an explosion of delicious tartness.
Yeah. And just cut them a little bit small. And yeah, so to make an exotic flavor, you just use herbs. They're exotic, like cilantro or the epazote or basil you could probably use. And then some kind of fruit. Tart fruits are pretty good. Pineapple would be good in here too. A mango for sure. I would have used a mango if I would have found one. Avocado. Avocado is really, if you don't have a dressing, then you just add an avocado and you have your dressing. And also your calories, you know, your healthy fats.
So will you make 2 recipes or 1?
Two, I'll make the plantain yogurt.
Oh, plantain yogurt.
So you have a YouTube channel? You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
You do these kind of demos on there? Or
Yeah, I'll put the demos on the YouTube channel.
is that, what else do you do on there?
Sometimes I have a few videos how I open fruits. I actually have only 2 videos.
Oh,
How to open a coconut, how to open a pomegranate. I should do more on my YouTube. So far it's mostly the lectures.
yeah.
Okay, so just add the avocado.
So you just put a half a lemon in?
Probably like half to 1 lemon.
Okay.
Depends. I mean, every lemon is different. Also in the flavor. And that would be already it, pretty much. It's very simple. And if you just eat raw, completely, like you have a raw day, then this would be your meal, like the whole thing. This would not be for 10 people. This is a meal. That would be a good meal. Yeah, for dinner. For breakfast, I'll just eat simple fruits.
Was that a little bit of cauliflower?
It was a small, and I lost a piece. Probably a small head, but I mean, well, a big normal head of cauliflower, if I mix it with other vegetables, it'll last me for 2 days. I'll just prepare everything, and it'll be a big bowl, and I eat it for 2 days. I don't really spend a lot of time preparing my food. And then for breakfast it's
It's crazy how quickly it's done.
yeah, it's really quicky. And then the cleanup is also very quick. You just rinse it with water. Yeah, I just can't understand why nobody is, or very few people are 100% raw. I don't know. I don't know why. You tell me. It's because of Ramses cooks too well. But yeah, so the pineapple, I'll get it whole, and then I cut off these parts here, the end parts, and then I can just place it like this on my cutting board, and I can peel it like this. So it's very simple.
Is any of your family raw food?
Temporarily they were, because I have a brother-in-law. Genetically he has kidney disease, and he had a kidney transplant, and they were heavy meat eaters and dairy and everything. So and he was rejecting his kidney, and I said, well, do this raw for a month, and then you decide whatever you want to do, right? And so he was about going to the doctors, and his kidney was feeling really bad, and then he just switched 100% on raw. And he kept his kidney transplant. And then after, he was continuing doing that, but then, well, at least they stayed vegan. Now they dieted a little bit, not that great. I mean, it's just, they slipped down the pleasure trap again, you know. Whereas I find this is not really pleasure. You get problems back then.
Do you never eat out?
There is a few raw vegan restaurants, but I don't really like them because they are high in oil. So I'm not doing well with oil. It's like oil makes your blood thicker, slows down your digestion. It's usually rancid because once you extract something from the whole food, especially oils, plant oils, which are unsaturated, you know, they oxidize easily. And they can even form trans fats if they are isolated from the whole food. And that really just stays in your body and it accumulates. You know, it's one other chemical that accumulates in your body, the rancid fats.
So you're saying they get rancid after they're in your body?
No, when they get extracted
During the extraction
from the whole
process?
food, then they're exposed to air, and you know, foods are they're very smart. So they have the fats, the unsaturated fatty acids, but they're protected, and they come with antioxidants, so that protects the fats too. And if you take this away, all the other antioxidants and the protection, then it's just exposed to air, and over time, all fats get rancid. But with less time, just a little bit get rancid, but still, it's just not, and it's so concentrated. So usually, if you eat a whole fat, then it's in an emulsion, so it's water soluble, and that is really gentle to your body. If you eat a fat, that's not water soluble, so it's not it's very hard to digest. So it makes your digestion really, really bad. And you always want to focus on a perfect digestion.
So do you eat olives and nuts and seeds?
Oh yeah,
Olives
yes.
and nuts and seeds and other things that have oil in them.
Absolutely. Yeah, they have the natural fats. Absolutely, I eat everything.
What's your PhD? What was your PhD thesis?
It was on a natural product derivative, and then their cellular targets in bacteria and human tissue.
That's why you're raw vegan.
I forgot to explain to you. So I cut the peel off, and then I just half it, and then in the center is that harder part. If you live in the tropics, then you have a perfectly ripe pineapple, you probably can also eat this part. It's a little bit tough. I like to juice it though. Well, I'm not really a raw vegan because of science, and because science convinced me.
That's how smart you are.
It's because my own body convinced me.
Yeah.
Because I feel good with that.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter if someone says, oh, raw vegan food is unhealthy. It's like, I don't care. I don't care about that science. Because, I mean, I have friends that tell me that cauliflower is bad for you. There's science about it, how bad cauliflower is, because it creates, it has goiter gens that create a goiter, they're goiter promoting, or thyroid, whatever. But I looked in the science and, they have genetically modified mice that they fed cabbage all day long for weeks. And they developed some tumors in their thyroids. So I don't eat cabbage all day long.
You're not a mouse.
Yeah. So apparently those compounds in the cauliflower, they prevent your body to absorb iodine. I eat a lot of iodine. I eat a lot of seaweed. So I don't really care. This is, I feel great eating cauliflower. And these days I eat cauliflower and broccoli pretty much every day, almost. Or kale, I love kale these days. I just crave it and I see how I feel with it and then I go with it and I don't care what anyone else says. Same with food combining or all these theories about food. And I think this is just too complicated. No animal on earth makes it so complicated. They just eat their food, right? Until they're full.
Yeah.
And they don't count their calories. It's like, oh, well, a little bit more would fit in my stomach, but I already ate so much. No, I'm going to fill my stomach.
How do you cook how do you prepare your kale so it's not so tough?
Oh, I just chop it.
Okay.
Well, first of all, you can remove the stem. You just strip it off the stem. The stem is really tough. And then you can just chop it fine. I like it. I like the stem. The kale tough. I don't have any problem with it. But if you do, then you just chop it very fine and you mix it with lemon juice and it makes it also softer. And you can also massage it. Some people massage it. And if you really want to eat loads of greens, you feel really good with greens, but you can't chew it, then just use your blender, make a smoothie. Like a banana kale smoothie, it tastes actually really good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And the more you eat the stem, the easier it is for you to digest.
Oh yeah. At some point.
I used to not be able to eat the stem, and now I don't have a problem with the stem.
Yeah, that can happen because your microbiome has to adjust. The tough fibers, we don't digest them. The human body cannot digest tough fibers or some starches. We need microorganisms for that. And if you haven't eaten those foods, then you don't have the microorganisms because they're starved to death. And it doesn't matter if you take a probiotic, if you don't give them the food that they want, they will starve to death. And they're not coming back. Well, they come back if you prepare them the right foods.
What do you think about the kale, the baby kale and the baby greens that you can buy already washed? Is that really inferior?
No, it depends. I like to buy that plant and organic, so I hope they don't treat it with chemicals. Sure. Having vegetables is better than not having vegetables. Having vegetables with pesticides is still better than not having vegetables. Or eating processed packaged foods. It's better to get the conventional foods or whatever you can find.
Well, no, the ones that come in the clear, like clamshells, you can get organic. It's like baby kale.
Yeah, I'll eat that.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah, I'll eat it. Actually, this is.
Oh yes.
I have it right here. It was organic though. Yeah, I just chopped the whole pineapple right now in very no time, you know? It doesn't take much time and it doesn't, I mean, so you will have a lot of compost, but,
So you have, the fruit for breakfast, and then you have like a big cauliflower salad maybe for dinner. What would you have for lunch?
that's pretty much it, and then I have more fruit throughout the day.
So no lunch.
I have breakfast. I haven't had breakfast today, so I will have it later. So I will eat a lot of fruit throughout the day, and then I will have a dinner.
Okay, much fruit through the day and dinner veg.
Pretty much, that's how I do it,
Yeah.
and that's totally enough for me. And then I'll have, but sometimes I'll make a dessert out of nuts and seeds. I will have that, and then I mean, I'm not really planning it to be like that, but it's just what my body really craves.
Do you make it a point to have nuts and seeds every day?
No, I don't make it a point. It really also depends on my activity level. Yeah, I don't really make it a point.
You can always tell what your body wants. It tells you.
Yeah, well, I have the craving for it.
Right. So
Yeah.
you have a craving whenever you need a vitamin or a mineral or a fat. You just know.
Yeah, I'll just have the craving for the specific food. And I'll never have cravings for pizza. I only have the memory that I enjoyed eating pizza. But that's like a memory, and it's not really a craving.
So you had pizza. And it was
Oh yeah,
delicious.
yeah. In my past life, I had a lot of foods. They were not good.
My body just says that's some cheesecake.
And I have this nice dragon fruit here too. It's a dragon fruit.
Dragon.
Yeah, I hope it's nice. Yeah, it's probably really nice. And yeah, it's like an avocado without a pit, pretty much. You can either spoon it out or remove the peel like that.
Does it have fat content with avocado?
Oh no,
No.
no, it's kind of like a kiwi without the acidity.
Oh.
Sometimes it's sweet. Sometimes it's less sweet. You'll never know. But it's kind of like a kiwi, I would say, without the acidity.
Do you also eat beans, or you just eat vegetables and fruit?
I sprout sometimes. I sprout lentils, chickpeas. I sprout wheat berries sometimes and make my own bread in a dehydrator, and it tastes like bread. It tastes like bread. I don't get it why they started baking bread, because you can just sprout the wheat berries and then grind them up or blend them and then dry them.
That's it.
Yeah.
You blend
Well,
it.
I add carrots to it, and some psyllium husk for binding it.
Carrot and what?
Psyllium husk, but
Psyllium husk.
or sometimes I even leave it out. Yeah,
Try
the
it natural.
oh no, I have a dehydrator.
Oh,
So I
you
have
make
here-
like almost a paste.
Yeah, like little
spread.
buns or something, or if it's if I put less water and I just chop it all up, I have a loaf and I can just cut it before I dry it. Like I cut it in slices and then I dry the slices. It just tastes like bread. It's really like whole wheat bread. I don't know. It's not gluten free. Maybe it has a little bit of gluten, but it's sprouted and it's raw, so I'll eat it. I don't have any problems with it.
How do you sprout that?
Very easy with a mason jar. You just need a mason jar and a sprouting lid. And you put your wheat berries in water for overnight. You soak them, and then you drain them. And you rinse them twice a day, and just wait until they sprout, and leave them drained.
Do you put yeast in it to try to get it
No.
to raise?
No, I'm not trying to get a raised only. It's unleavened bread.
About how many days does it take for it to sprout?
2 days. Just like lentils too. Yeah, I sprout the
Same
lentils.
procedure for everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for the lentils. For microgreens, if you want like bigger microgreens, you have to have a tray and some soil or something on that soil. Yeah, that's a little bit different, but for like little sprouts, even broccoli sprouts, where they're just little sprouts, you can, same method, just the mason jar, a sprouting lid or even a strainer.
It's just holes, right? That's all it's.
Yeah.
There's a screen,
Yeah, it's a
top
little
that has like a
screen.
screen on
You
it.
can
The top
get it-
screws in the mason jar, but it's got a screen on
So
it.
you can easily pour the water out without taking the top off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, you can use a strainer, but you have to hold the strainer then and pour it out like this. You can definitely start with the green lentils that they have in the bulk section of Whole Foods. Just get just a cup and start with it already, even if you don't have a sprouting lid.
I remember in the old days, someone I knew, it was a grandmother or something, they would just use a wet cloth and just keep it moist, and then they would sprout in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Inside the little
It's so complicated for me. honestly.
mason jar.
Yeah, mason jar, water on it, drain it.
And what is the advantage of sprouting?
First advantage is you make it edible because I can't eat a hard grain or a hard seed. I can't eat it like that. So I'll make it edible, and then it will activate the enzymes in the seed. It will also change the nutritional profile. It will have much more vitamin C. So this diet is so high in vitamin C. I get 1,000% of the recommended value of vitamin C, like easily 500 plus anything like that. So it's really, really high in vitamin C, and also the sprouts are high in vitamin C. And you need vitamin C for collagen production. Your body makes collagen. Like every other animal, you don't have to eat the collagen from other animals. You can make your own. With a proper functioning body, like that's clean, your digestive system is clean, and you get the vitamin C that you need for making the collagen. So we are animals too. So.
I know, I've been hearing a lot about collagen. I see Costco keeps sending emails about all the collagen specials.
Oh yeah,
I think
collagen.
that's like
Yeah.
from the cow, right?
Yeah, you need
What is it?
minerals for collagen, vitamin C, and protein. Yeah, the collagen is protein. So you need protein, but everything has protein. So I don't really worry about any protein. So then we have our assorted fruit. Of course, you can add more fruits. You can also add these gooseberries. They're kind of tart. So we already have pineapple. Pineapple. I mean, if it's a really ripe pineapple, this could be your breakfast, but probably will burn my mouth at some point because it's maybe not optimally ripe. And I have these plantains here, so, and I already talked about plantain. You can eat it raw, so I buy it probably if it's yellow. If it's completely green and hard, it will never ripen. So you have to buy it maybe a little bit yellow and a little bit softer, like not rock hard. And then you let it ripen on your counter.
And about how long does that usually take?
And it really depends. So maybe a week.
Till it turns to look like that.
Yeah, it will look like that, or it will still be yellow, but it needs to be soft. So you need to have a little bit of softness. This is a little bit over soft. It's like quite soft here. But it's still edible. It's still nice, even if it's completely black and soft. Yeah, it's really nice. And then you feel like a banana. Maybe someone was sitting on this one. It's a little bit very soft. Yeah, it's soft. So, but it needs to be soft
Can you
because
mix,
otherwise it will be too starchy.
can you mix these and regular bananas?
Oh yeah, you can make the same thing with regular bananas. I found these and they were nice. So here it is a little bit more yellow, but you still feel a little bit of softness here. So that's already good. And then you don't have to bake it. For sure not. I don't like baked plantain. I love raw plantain though. They should do. How many people are fasting or eating? Or who's eating? Few. Well, maybe that's enough though. Let's make this up a little bit more. Oops. I'm not sure. We have here some fruits. with and without the plantain yogurt. Well, it's also, the more you are into this lifestyle, the better this food tastes, and the more secure you are with your food choices. We have some lime juice. So I used the plantain and lime juice this time. You can also use lemon juice for this. A little bit of water. Maybe just half a cup. It depends how liquid you want it, or maybe you don't use any water, you want it really thick. And you just blend it. And the acidity gives it a yogurt taste. And I'll just pour it over my.
That was just plantain and lime?
Yeah, and a little bit of water. And to be honest, I don't really have to prepare all this. I can just also chop the plantain in this and then just eat it. But I mean, just so we don't get bored today here, we just prepare something.
Do you sprout anything besides the lentils and the wheat berries?
Lentils, chickpeas. I found one rice at Whole Foods that's a black purple rice that actually really sprouts. But it doesn't taste like rice if I sprout it.
What is it?
It's a rice.
Wild rice?
It's a black and purple. Black and purple?
Yeah, it's black and purple, but that's the only type. There's one type in Whole Foods. I guess they didn't heat treated it. Usually rice is heat treated, and even if it says bloomed, like the bloomed rice, it's not raw. It's just soaked, heated rice.
So what does it taste like?
Oh, it doesn't taste like rice. Really, it tastes more like oats. But I do like it. I mean, it's edible for sure. And then we have our kind of plantain yogurt with assorted fruits. Let me try it for you. Let me try everything for you now.
Make sure it's okay.
Yeah. I make sure it's okay to eat. But since I didn't really do anything to the food, so not much. Yeah, this is the food I want to eat, you know.
So do I, right now.
Me too.
You can just come here and watch you eat.
It's like the rice texture, it has a rice texture. Then it has the freshness of all the, and so many different flavors now.
So have you ever figured out how many grams?
It's really good.
Have you ever figured out how many grams of protein you get a day?
It's about 50 grams.
You get
50
grams
grams?
from eating this way?
That's exactly what you need per day.
Yeah, but how? Okay, so tell me.
Sometimes it's 20, sometimes it's even 60. Really depends. If I only eat fruits, it might be all 30, 40 grams. If I eat more nuts and seeds and sprouted lentils, then it will be more 60. I don't get 100 grams, that's for sure.
Do you work out?
How active are you?
I just started working out again in the gym. I'm pretty active. I went to the gym every day.
Do you do weights?
Weights, squats.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you could sprinkle some, seeds onto that rice dish.
Yeah. I added
Or
the
chop up
avocado,
some-
which has the fat.
It's enough fat for,
Yeah, it was one whole avocado. Let me try this here. That's probably really delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is delicious. Of course it is.
People's gonna be concerned about your protein, but you eat a lot of food. Like, how many pounds of food do you eat per day?
So I would definitely eat the whole thing. It's maybe 2 pounds. 2 pounds, I don't know. Well, it has a lot of water. You know, mostly what I eat is water. And yeah, it's probably 5 pounds of food. I'm not sure. I don't really think in pounds too much, but yeah, I would eat this. I would eat that for breakfast. It would, I mean, maybe something else than pineapple because I can't eat a whole pineapple. It's too acidic. And then the whole bowl for dinner. And then I might have another smoothie if I'm really active with hemp seeds too. I make a cacao. I'm not against raw cacao, so I like my raw cacao nut these days with maybe a tablespoon of hemp seeds and 4 dates and a tablespoon of raw cacao powder and then water. It tastes really good. It's like really good. Yeah, something like that. But mostly I get the calories from fruits. So I eat a lot of fruits. I also might have a smoothie with 5 bananas and some chia seeds maybe in there too. Yeah, and then I'll eat mostly fruit, and then I will have some desires to eat vegetables, something savory, maybe some fat, you know, and then I eat that. But I won't start my day with eating nuts and seeds. So I definitely will start my day first with filling up with a lot of fruit, and then after, whatever fits, I will eat the vegetables and nuts and seeds, the more fatty foods. But mostly it's just fruit. I replace the rice, potatoes, noodles, pasta with fruit, because that's where you get your carbohydrates, and you need that mostly. Yeah. Well, for the people that are eating, you can get a bowl. I have 2 bowls here, but you also have to have a spoon or something, cutlery, and you can try it if you want. And thank you for being here. If you want to know more, if you have left your email, I will send you some more information. I have a free raw easy guide. I also have a few ebooks, but I'll send you all the information on via email. So you'll get an email like this. You have to click the link to access the guide. You don't have to download it, but you just have to click the link. And this is how it looks.
looks delicious.
Yeah, there's all the food. I mean, I don't get it. Why not raw?
Could you go back once for me?
If you want to work with me too, if you want to become raw, I'll definitely make you raw. 100% I'll make you raw. I mean, there's no other way because it makes sense. It's also not more expensive. You don't buy all these packaged foods anymore. You can make a lot of things yourself. You don't have to prepare a lot.
Did you ever calculate your budget on raw?
My budget on raw.
Did you ever figure it out?
Well, you can live very expensive for sure, but you can also live very cheap. And I have friends that live on the streets and they're raw. I mean, I know people like that, and you can forage a lot. There's a lot of persimmons now. I got all the persimmons for free because people don't eat them, and they have big trees. So that's what I eat, and then you can go to the farm stands, which is a little bit cheaper. But also you can buy non-organic foods too. Like avocados is fine to buy non-organic. Tropical fruits is okay to buy non-organic. Some foods I definitely want to buy organic or not certified organic. At the farmer's market, you get deals. You know, it's not certified, but it's probably better than certified organic from the grocery store. And you can make deals with the vendor. Hey, if I buy a full crate of this, how much is the price? And they'll definitely give you a good price. So my budget's about $100 a week, or more. I mean, it depends. Oh, okay. All right, who wants to try it? And then maybe I'll just come up and then serve yourself.
I'm gonna try it.
I have my fingers still
watching on the camera. You asked for email?
Yeah.
How do I give you?
Oh, my email is here. I'll send you an email. Leave your email.
I did.
Good.
Where's your visa from?
Germany. I'm from Germany. The middle west part.
Okay.
Yeah, just right in the middle near Kassel, north of Kassel.
I've always seen Instagram about raw vegans, but I've never, sorry, I love that. I've never,
Oh, it's so delicious. I love it.
This is great.
I've done it before. I want to do it. I have been doing it. It's mostly here. Yeah.
It might be a little bit boring.
It may or may not be happening.
Nothing. Perfect. Perfect. You can do a lot of stuff with them.
I'll see you up there.
Yeah, what you need is accountability, and you need someone who loves you. Thank you. Let me know, people, how you like it?
It's really good.
You like it?
I love
All
it.
these crackers and soup packets that don't taste good and it's fine.
Every other week.
I'm gonna try to
Good, so
like,
once I
I'm
get
gonna
to
talk
without
about
getting a chance to, I get a chance to try it. So what
Tastes
to
good. I think you just become really a person in your life that says, hey, what did you eat today? And it's all about, look what I ate today, which is so
Just changing that right there. Like that.
periodic.
Otherwise, I don't feel it gets good without
and
changing.
accountability is
And
there.
also,
what you have
it's
on
great.
choice. What in what area? You should put lemon.
Put lemon in here. That's not lemon. The lemon and these little orange things.
My trade, but that's,
The little berry things.
rights and laws no longer has, and so
Yeah.
now I raise horses and I,
Like plantain?
Ginger smoothies would have
Well,
never.
the school of thought, I was trained under Michigan's. All you get on is tools, okay, I'm super diet lifestyle on your life. You need your mind, really, now when you got people on that side, their goals. I know I talk to some people that are giving strategies, tools, and techniques.
Oh, can I ask that?
And
Yeah,
And like she said, she
a
was
lot. Try it. Let me know how you like it.
up there, she just dropped whatever she goes,
all
"What do you want
the
with that?"
on the table. Now, when I do lectures, I definitely promote, what we have inside. Because usually, when I see big synthesis,
Okay. Oh yeah, I'll check it out. Okay. Yes, my email is also there on the list. Okay. All right. Of course.
Thank you so much, I enjoyed it, I needed this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I ask if your income comes from the raw vegan lifestyle? Like, your income?
Oh, my info?
Yeah. Is this your business
Yeah.
or not?
Mhm.
It is. And so in what ways is the income coming through? You're selling books and things?
Oh yeah, I do coaching too.
Oh, you do coaching?
Mhm.
Yeah, I might be interested in coaching on your website. Do you have a website?
I don't have a website, but I can send you
Can we
an
email you?
Yeah.
And you're a researcher with the TrueNorth Foundation, correct?
Well, I was.
Okay, you was, okay.
I remember when I was here before and you were still in research here.
Oh, I'm gonna take a little bit more.
I couldn't hear everything. It was-
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was, your
Very
voice
much.
is so.
I'm gonna try to make
Oh, with the audio's too
Yeah,
low
looks like I've
and
been
stuff?
talking in the background.
Plantain.
Could you tell me what's in that
Plantain,
food?
right?
That's cauliflower, lemon juice,
It's great.
these
Yeah,
berries,
Oh, they're-
gooseberries,
Oh, I put
golden
that in.
berries,
Okay.
bell pepper, arugula, then cilantro and epazote.
Okay, I reckon it's
Okay,
not-
and
That's
this,
pretty much it.
and this is not bananas papaya?
That's plantain with
Plantain.
lime juice and pineapple and
Does the
dragon fruit.
Does the plantain have to be raw ripe?
Yes, yeah, like this.
I like that.
Okay.
This is a ripe plantain.
Thank you.
Today's the
If you wanna peel a ripe plantain here, that's how it has to be. This is a little bit very soft, but it's still good. You wanna peel my plantain?
That's funny. Okay, so,
The night of the sixth.
that was strange. What is the weight again? Is that the
Cauliflower.
color?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool.
cauliflower, rice in the food processor. And see how that smells here, like really like cauliflower. And then when I add the lemon juice here,
Smells wonderful.
it doesn't smell like cauliflower.
Okay, yeah.
That's the cabbage taste is
I
gone.
just absolutely love the smell of plantain.
The pineapple?
Yes.
Yeah.
We-
Just can't
we
eat too
were
much
in-
of it.
We were in Hawaii, my wife and I, in November, And I got 2 pineapples at the store, brought them home and I cut
You
them.
wanna try it? Yeah, try it.
And, what do we do?
Most everyone ate the good fruit.
When we came back from to the hotel and all that pineapple was cut up, it smelled, the room smelled divine.
Okay, bye everyone. Come down here to try
I
it.
didn't realize it was still on.
Evelyn, that drink that you make with the hemp, the dates, and how do you boil that? Do you have it warm or you drink it cold?
Cool. Like room temperature.
So no heat for anything.
No, and yeah, I got really used to it. I thought in the past that I have to have a warm meal at least once a day, but that just went rare.
And you live in California, so it's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, but I lived in Boston too. I started that when I lived in Boston.
Really?
I lived the whole winter through it, and then I was also visiting Poland in the winter, and I lived in a cold house.
Oh no.
And someone else was making their the pumpkin soup, and it was really warm, and I was like, oh, I want this too. But then what I did, I was making a pumpkin puree with the blender, and I put a lot of spices in there, cayenne pepper and ginger, and then I warmed it up just a tiny bit, just to have it body temperature pretty much. And it was good. It was really good.
What was your impetus to start this?
Well, just getting older and getting problems, migraines, just wanting to be optimal, not feeling the age,
Cool. Well, you're obviously not very old.
I'm 43.
Wow. Well, it obviously paid off. You look.
Thank you.
You could pass for 21.
Oh.
That's a common trait of raw vegans. They always look a lot younger. Like the skin is bright.
Yeah, because it's cleansing, all the things that ages us, probably the toxins that are accumulated, so our body can really function. We can produce the collagen, and also the collagen is produced by loads of vitamin C, which this lifestyle has. And I want to be very old. I want to become very old, but also want to be very active and do the things that I was used to be doing.
Cool. It's very nice. Thank you.
You're welcome, and if you want to become raw and you want help, I'll 100% make you raw.
Well, I put my email in. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Because, there's no other way. Why wouldn't you?
Just go down?
They kind of shake it away.
They put away. How often did you have them for?
Well, before, it was at least once a week.
Okay.
At least once a week.
Okay.
And it was better when I lived on the farm. I lived on the farm for a year, and I ate a lot of raw. And then I mostly ate almost all raw. I just had rice with it. Lots of raw. And my migraines were pretty much gone. Yeah, on the farm. And then I got back home, and my husband back then, he was cooking everything. And because I was lazy, I just got home, you prepare your food, I just eat whatever. And he was cooking everything, but he wanted to saute the spinach and everything. And then I ate it, and I had the worst migraine. I thought I was dying.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what is it? And then I looked it up online, and I found Marcus Rothkranz here. He's
you're on your own, or do you have
yeah, he had a YouTube video, and it just convinced me that no animal on earth cooks their food, and you have to clean out a colon. I also chronically constipated.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
have constipation?
No, nothing.
Okay. Yeah, that was also my problem. And then I water fasted, cleansed, and then I just stayed raw. And that is it. If I start eating cooked food again, my migraines come back.
Okay. Okay. I try to
I
limit
just
20
did
to
30
30
in the 60s and I station.
doesn't change the weight. I
Oh,
try
raw?
it for more than a month. I try it for a month.
So I was born
And yeah. But yeah, but I wasn't SOS-free, plant-based practice. Like I went from standard American diet to raw for a month. So now I'm coming from whole food plant-based SOS-free for like 10 years. So maybe now I transition and try it.
And then your raw, was it 2 days for oil, was it?
Oh, no oil. Like I did have rice. Like I would soak the rice for 3 days to have rice. But everything.
Yeah, the rice, that's not raw. The soaked rice is not raw. There's only one type of rice, as I said before, that really sprouts, and you can see the little sprouts growing.
Okay.
If it's just blooming, it's kind of like rice. And if I would eat that, I would get my phone.
Okay.
And I'm really, really sensitive. If I have one thing a week, even one food a week, my migraines will come.
Okay.
Encourages people to serve themselves.
So I like to make cauliflower rice instead.
Did you?
Okay. Yeah, that's fantastic.
Whoa.
Okay, and so I wrote down, I was in the room.
That's what I need.
So I wrote down your thing, is that Instagram or
This year, you like the email? Yeah, I will send you a guide.
That's so great.
Yeah, you can also follow me on social media.
I wrote down yours. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
So
excited.
All right.
For me in Florida.
Hey, how did you like the food? Tell me.
It's delicious. It's delicious. They seem busy.
They seem busy. I wish I could taste it. All right.
Yeah, she can't taste it. I tasted it. It was amazing. I'm going to try to do breakfast and lunch raw vegan and to try to get myself more confidence.
Oh yeah,
I need more
and you
confidence.
might even feel like that you're already full. Breakfast, lunch, and then you're already full. You know, you don't need anything else anymore.
Yeah. So I will email you about that. So you came from Germany for undergraduate or graduate training or work? Or some other...
For work. Yeah, I did all my studies in Germany.
Okay.
Well, you sold me on it.
Yes, you were very convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Well, sometimes I'm really humble, but honestly, like, why are you not wrong?
That's what Kamala said. Kamala Harris is doing. Why should I be humble? Like, that's not like your passion. Just let yourself be your passion.
I mean, I haven't worked out for a long time, and then recently, like 2 weeks ago, I worked out again. And I just feel like, oh my god, so much energy with this kind of food. And yeah, I already gained weight from working out, like muscles, so.
Yeah.
It's just the best diet, supportive, you know, but of course you have to do other things too. You have to sleep right, you have to have no stress, no emotional stress. If you work hard, that's fine. You can work hard, you can have a stressful, demanding job, that's fine, but emotional stress, that's not good. No toxic relationships, and then exercise. That's what you need to do. You're welcome.
I couldn't watch it though.
Yeah.
You couldn't watch it?
I tried.
Oh, it was too emotionally difficult.
Too good. I can't eat right now, so like I couldn't.
Super interesting.
You know what
Oh.
I mean? I enjoyed it.
You're welcome.
Or he used to be like.
Well, you can leave me your email and then you can watch it later.
How many
Oh, great.
episodes she's doing, you know, but he's on Chevy.
You get my Easy Raw Vegan Guide
The
and
doctor that people come to see on
Again?
cruises.
oh,
Yeah.
He does a lot of different things. You might run into him someday.
well, I was mostly talking. There was not a lot of food involved. I'm gonna show.
He's really five-star reviews. He's so great. He's amazing. A lot of the points you asked about, like, explains and
Try it again.
He's a great guy, and he loves the idea of, I mean, he worked in hospitals in the Army, he's a career, and he's 47. So, we do a lot of, we could include him on a panel or something, he's really smart. We can look at all his, you can check out his Shabbat things and see what topics you like. Oh, great. I love that. And then do you have the guide for us? Yeah. Like, that's great. Can I get your, just like in New York, I had a terrible time eating. I took my daughter there and I was like trying to find places.